Welcome to another Demarcation Media Mega Construx review. Today we are going to be taking a look at a full set of the Halo Infinite Series 1 blind bags. Now, I did a video opening almost a full case of these, and if you've seen that video, you'll know that I did not get any Marines and I did not get any of the Pelicans. So I managed to track down a couple Marines and the Pelican, so now we've got the whole series to take a look at. So let's go ahead and start with the Mark 7. There we go. His weapon is immediately obvious, as it is a brute shot in all silver. So maybe we'll be seeing the brute shot in Halo Infinite. I don't know. But it's a pretty good looking weapon. I'm personally not a huge fan of the part itself because just the figures are pretty limited in the way they can hold it. But still, it's a pretty cool weapon, and this dude does look pretty nice holding it. And this color, look at that color. That's a very nice color. I like that color a lot. Since this is a blind bag figure, we kind of have less printing than usual, although we have the visor printing, obviously, all of the face printing. There's kind of some gray on there. It's a little hard to see because it's so light. And then the stripe on the head as well. And that visor is applied very well. But what is missing is the print on the chest and the print on the arms as well, which is a little disappointing, as I'll show you in a moment. But there's the back. Pretty standard. So I'll show you why it's a little disappointing we don't get that print. There we go. Now you can see why it's a little disappointing we didn't get the chest print, especially because standing alongside of the other Mark 7s, that's the one from the Halo Heroes, and that's the one from the Brute Skiff, he is a little out of place, this guy in the middle, because he doesn't have the print, and he doesn't have the print on the arms either. Although actually the Heroes version was missing that print. There's an issue with only some figures getting the arm print, and some of them don't have it, but that's another issue. But you can see missing the print there. But I mean, it makes sense, seeing as this is a blind bag figure and it is cheaper than the other figures. They obviously had to cut some corners to be able to make it as cheap as it was. And even without the print, it's a very nice looking figure. And he comes with a tan stand. Really quick, just to make this guy look really bad, there is a custom Mark 7 from Megablix. Next, we have a Suicide Grunt. He's got plasma grenades in the same kind of color as the energy sword. Marbled. It's pretty cool. And this, I believe this harness and this head is new for the Halo Infinite wave. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it came first in the banished turret set with, his name went right out of my head. Now I'm not going to remember it. The other brute dude with Locke's helmet on his shoulder. And a red one of these grunts came in that set, and it's a Grunt Imperial. Oh, and he has a dark green stand. Remember how the Elite had a tan? Well, this guy has dark green. Yeah, so I believe the head and the harness is new. It's got stud attachments on the side. That's what these gray things go on there. It's just little kind of stud pieces. And then the head is pretty well printed. Got the little glowy eye. Some blue on the breather section. The orange is different on the head than it is on the harness, which is a little bit of a bummer, but not too bad. And once again, this is a very massable figure, and it is a common. Next, we have the Elite Mercenary. And again, this guy has a tan stand. That's important to note. His weapon is this awesome energy sword with this cloudy, light blue marbled effect. I really, really like this. I like it a lot better than the normal kind of just see-through dark blue. And then the Elite himself has this awesome purple color. And on the packaging and in a lot of photos, it comes out looking blue. So let's drop in some of the other elites. This is the Elite Mercenary from the Recon Getaway set. And now you can really see that this new armor is definitely purple and not blue at all. I love that color so much. And it looks even better standing next to some of the blue guys. And then also, we will drop in the Clash on the Ring Elite. Come on, guys, stand up. And he is very blue, like really, really blue. You see all of the colors next to each other. They all just look so good. I don't think one color looks way better than the other. They just all look really good, and they look even better standing next to each other. And as you saw, if you watched my unboxing video for these figures, you'll know that these are very common figures. So army building them will be quite easy, which is great because they are definitely ones you're going to want to get more than one of. Now, this is an interesting figure. This is Master Chief in active camo. And that means he's all clear. Even his stand is clear. Look at that, you can barely see it. This figure, all of the ones that I got had loose shoulder armor. And there's really nothing you can do about that unless you just want to glue it on. With these clear ones, typically I use sticky tack to keep loose shoulder armors on. But you'll see it through this clear. I'm not a huge fan of active camo figures since they're kind of hard for me to photograph. But for some reason, I do really like this guy. Maybe it's the fact that it's the new Master Chief armor, but it looks really good. And he's got this clear battle rifle, which I guess that means the battle rifle will be coming in Halo Infinite. I don't know. That's pretty cool. If you saw my unboxing video, you will know that there was a lot of issues, especially with these clear figures, but I'll cover those again later. And surprisingly, this is a common figure. Typically, the active camos are rares, but not this time. There's 5 per box. And there he is, the Elusive Marine. Even though there is 5 of these per box, somebody pulled out all of the ones from the box that I bought. But I got a couple now, and I can see why people want to take them out because they're such good army builders. Tan stand. He comes with a new style assault rifle, and when you open the package, this is very important. When you open the package, the ammo counter will be in a little bag that is taped onto the figure checklist. So be aware of that so that you do not lose your ammo counter because they are so small and it's ridiculously easy to lose. So this Marine has no shoulder armor. Come on, dude, stand up. He has no shoulder armor, and he has no knee print, but his helmet is still printed. He has this awesome chest plate, and he has a different head mold. It's kind of a longish head. So actually, let me go ahead and bring in the Marine from the Warthog Rally. Look at the difference. That's actually awesome. Now I just would like to see this new head in some other skin tones. But that's really great. I like that a lot. Helmet goes on pretty well. Let's see these guys side by side with their helmets on. It just adds so much diversity. They actually look like different people. That's so cool. There he is next to my favorite Marine from the Recon Getaway. Very nice. And then there he is next to the bearded Marine from the Recon Getaway. Overall, this is a great figure. I really think that Mega did a great thing by adding the Marines into the blind bags. So you can amass an army of them. It's just really good. I think the only downside is the fact that he has no knee printing, but still, that's a very minor nitpick. Very, very minor. Now we're into the rares. This is the Spartan Gungnir, however you want to say it. And I believe there are only 3 of these per box. Actually, let me check my chart again. Yes, 3 per box. So when you get a box of 32 figures, only 3 of them will be Gungnirs. Which is kind of sad because this is a really, really cool figure. Come on. There we go. Weapon is a Covenant Carbine in purple. Very nice. And then the figure itself is this yellow and kind of a cream color scheme. And the helmet is printed as well as the Halo Heroes one. There was no corners cut for the helmet. No print anywhere else on the body. But that's pretty much okay. I don't really see that any other print would be necessary unless it were a Halo Heroes figure. And this is actually a female Spartan, which is pretty cool. We don't get those very often. Looks very good. I like this color scheme a lot. And that new helmet is so good. There's the Halo Heroes version. You can see the printing on the helmets are just as good. But you can also see that the rest of the armor is completely different because Mega's armors are gender specific. Like, this chest plate cannot be used on a male Spartan, and a male Spartan chest plate cannot be used on a female Spartan torso. That's just how it is. But that makes sense, and I believe this chest plate was actually used on Cat originally. So, really nice figure, and it's kind of sad that there's only 3 of them per box, because I know a lot of people really like this design. And on to the other rare of the series. This is the Gummy Bro Hammer. There is also only 3 of these per box. And this, to me, makes much more sense because it's not a super desirable figure, and it's a special variant. And, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of the gummies. No, they're no longer really that gummy anymore. They just look like gummy candies. But this guy does look pretty nice. That blue is cool. He could be a hologram or something. There is the normal Bro Hammer next to the hologram version. Helmets come off just the same. It's the same mold for everything too. So let's try something funny. Ghost Bro Hammer. And wow, that looks weird. Okay, I'm sorry I did that. If you have nightmares because of that, that was not my intention. But yeah, it's a good figure. It looks nice. If you like getting these variants and whatnot, it's pretty cool. But other than that, it's not a super desirable figure. Last but not least is the Pelican Micro build, which is the ultra rare of the series, which means there is only 2 of these in a box of 32. And I'm typically not a big fan of the micro builds, although I do really like the fact that they are the ultra rares since they're not as desirable. But this one I really like. It was, to me, this is the best one yet. Because just look at that. How can you not like that? The wings can move. Look at that. The wings and the engines can move. The shaping is all correct. Even got the little gun on the front. And it comes with a stand. Like, look at that. That's so cool. So, to me, this one is really worth hunting down. And it looks so good. Way better than all the other micro builds to date. Alright, there you have it. That is the full set of Halo Infinite Series 1 blind bags. Now, if you watched my unboxing video, if you haven't, the link will be in the description below. But if you watch the video, you'll know that I got a lot of defects. A lot of defects. Especially with the active camo chief. And in with the pair of Marines, I actually bought 2 Marines when I bought the Pelican as well. And one Marine has a slightly weird upper arm. It kind of lets the lower arm rock around in the socket like I had with some of the Chiefs, just not as bad. So quality control, I feel like, has not been great for this wave of blind bags. It's a great series. It's really solid, but the quality control is a little iffy. And I think what would have made it perfect for most fans is taking the Gungnir and making it a common and taking active camo Chief and making it a rare. I know a lot of people have complained about the fact that the Gungnir was rare and Chief was not. And I kind of agree. I really think it should have been switched. But other than that, I think Mega has done a pretty good job. They just need to tighten up quality control a little bit. And I'm definitely looking forward to Series 2. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time.